Hey, what's happening, people? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. There are many times when you have to keep the flash on camera if you are shooting events, weddings, or you are on location where you cannot have stands or tripods on the ground. In this tutorial, we'll go over a few techniques, how to improve the shooting in a situation like this, and how to modify the light output to get it as flattering as possible. I'm using a Canon R5 with a 35mm lens, and I'm going to use a 50mm lens too, and I have a Profoto A10, but any flash brand will work the same way because this is a shooting technique tutorial, is not using specific flash brands. And we'll have Lydia again with us today to pose for our pictures. We're covering flash on camera on low light or night photography, but if you are interested to see a tutorial using the flash on camera on daylight conditions like a field flash, comment below please, and we're gonna make a tutorial about it. The flash on camera, it is a small light source, has a hard light and it has minimal movement from camera axis, and it becomes very direct, but using some tips and tricks we can get some good looking pictures. And because many times you don't have any walls or ceilings to bounce your light off, I will not use an example of a bounce flash of any architectural structure. When you have your flash mounted on the hot shoe and pointed directly to your subject, you get a very hard and flat lighting. In order to change the quality of the light, I swivel the flash to the side and I use one of these bounce cards to help increase the light spread. The bounce cards are very affordable and you can find them online for any flash brand you have. Also, MagMod has a Mag Bounce, which I review, and I'll put a link in the description somewhere here. But this is a little bit too big and it might be out of reach for some people. And also you have to use the mag grip on your flash to mount this with a magnetic connection. And I don't think you can use a mag grip on all the flashes like in the Profoto heads. You have this zoom ring on your flash and the mag grip will gonna squeeze it. I think it's a little bit too tight. I'm not too thrilled to use it in all my small flashes, and it's why I not always use this. When you have your flash on camera, you have to be physically close to your subject to get a proper illumination. And some short telephoto lens, and 35, 24 or 50mm lens will work great. Like always, when you are on locations, you have to find the most pleasant background to put behind your subject. Because Lydia has a darker color here, I need to find some light backgrounds to create separation and contrast. And when I'm in a situation like this, I'm looking for existing light in the scene to help contribute to the exposure. And I will position my subject to get some other light on their face to help open up the shadows a little bit and help dialing the flash to a minimum output. Having the flash to the side and with a little bit, tilted up, it changes the direction a little bit of the flash. If I want to feather the light even more, I can swivel the head a little bit more to the side, so it's just a little bit of a light from the bounce card going to my subject, and I think it creates a very flattering light for such a small assembly. But don't forget, this will not replace a softbox, it's still a small light source. Having the flash like this to the side is pretty much an indirect light and it bounces on my card, and it will help reducing also the specular highlights getting from a small light source. I will try to get the best place with lots of lights in the background, and I want to get the best separation between my subject and the background. Either is color separation, contrast between with a lighter background and to make my subject pop. And you have to dial in your ambient exposure first. I will raise my ISO, like in these pictures I have it at ISO 600, and I'll shoot wide open with my 35mm lens at 1.4. I will pay attention to keep my shutter speed above my focal length. The lens is 35mm. I will shoot around 1/40 or over 1/60 shutter speed minimum to avoid camera shake. But be careful because you still can get a motion blur if your subject is moving when you shoot at a lower shutter speed. So I will decide the aperture, the ISO, and the shutter speed I want to use, and I will not change them during that sequence of pictures. The only adjustment I will do will be on my flash output, and usually I hold my thumb on my output dial on the flash, and I will write it like this, to be very easy, checking the picture, checking the exposure, and make the changes on the fly without wasting any time. There are some instances when the location is just plain and you just have to roll with it. It's very hard to create nice pictures where it's nice, like you don't have any support elements. And shooting tight portraits and situation like this is okay, but it's like it beats the purpose. If you have to shoot close to your subject, you can go to a different location, 5 minutes to use a softbox, because just to try some type portraits with the flash on camera, especially where you don't have no walls next to you or something to bounce your flash, they are not the best scenarios. It's not the best recipe for taking portraits. Look at these pictures, like when is no support from the environment, nothing interesting. The pictures are okay, but they are not a bright, colorful, and pleasant like the other ones, where you have lots of bright colors to support the composition of the pictures. Also, when you're shooting vertical pictures, you just do the same thing. This way, your light is a little bit farther away from your camera, and I think the vertical work better. But for this video, I have to shoot horizontals because of the YouTube format. When you shoot verticals, the distance between the flash and the camera increases a little bit more, so you can even have the light further away from the lens, and that will help to create some nice contrast on your subject face and minimize the flash on camera look. When you're adjusting your flash, always start with small increments. Do not jump, like full stops. Go, in tens of stops to see what kind of difference will make. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please check out my channel for more lighting tutorials and gear reviews. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.